Hello everybody, it is Patty. Cook, Cut, and Create. It's Saturday, May 23rd, 2026, and I'm finally back in the studio, albeit for a very brief moment. Wanted to come in, and I promised you guys a project today, and I plan to deliver. I went to our local Habitat for Humanity thrift store recently, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I bought a canvas. It's one like you could buy at Home Goods or Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something like that, but I only paid $4 for it. And I'm going to alter this today. What do I mean by alter? I'm going to enhance what is already here, but I want to stay in the color blue, but it's going to be blues, little bit of glitter, and then I'm going to do some black outlines. So I'm going to get ready, and I'm going to pop you guys up above so you can look down. All right, guys, we're back. So here is our canvas. Now, when I said I want to stay in realms of blue, I've pulled out a bunch. These are alcohol ink markers. It's a brand by the name of Bianyo, B-I-A-N-Y-O, and they're alcohol ink markers. And I bought these from Amazon probably 5-6 years ago, and there's a bunch of them in here. But these particular markers have double ends. You have an end that is a fine line, if you can see that. And then the other end is a broad stroke. And for most of this, we're going to be using the fine point end. I also have a zig pen with a very, very fine point on it. It's a point, this is a 0.5. And then I also have a Sharpie marker in the fine point. And these are going to be doing for lines and outlining everything. I earlier tested a little bit, and hopefully you'll be able to see this. This one right here is outlined with the Sharpie marker. It's more of a thicker line, and I really do like the look of it. This one is done with the zig pen. It's a little bit thinner, and I don't necessarily like that one. I'll probably save that maybe for the edges of the feathers on the birds, but I think I really want to use the Sharpie to outline some stuff. But I do know that I want to enhance not all of the birds, but a lot of them. And then I'm going to take one bird and I'm going to change him to a different color. And I really need to figure out which one of those birds I want to do, because this is going to hang at above the head of the bed in the guest bedroom. And so I'm going to need some extra color, at least one bright pop of color. And I need to think about which one I want to do. I'm thinking this, but I may just go with this one right here. So he's not centered, but he's over here. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to outline maybe 3 or 4 of the birds that aren't as busy. And when I say busy, like this one has a lot going on with it. This one, of course, it's more gray, so it's more muted. But I think I'm going to go through. Definitely going to outline this one. But let's go ahead and just drop on here. I want to go ahead and outline this one, which it has a natural outline. Whoever painted this particular canvas, they did do some brush strokes. Of course, this is all, created on one image and then manufactured on a machine. We get it. But we're going to go in and I'm just going to go and outline the outside of the bird. It does not have to be perfect. Perfect as I always say. And I'm doing this by not moving the canvas so that you guys can see. And we're just doing a rough outline here. That gives me the outline of the bird. I will go in with the zig. And we're just going to go ahead and do some random brush strokes for where the wings would be. And like I said, I don't even know if you can actually see that. Let me put a bunch of them in here. So it's kind of imitates feathers where his wing would be. And then do some along the tail. And interestingly enough, for the most part, these birds, you don't see their feet. And I think, now this one you kind of do, but I think it's because they're trying to give a little bit of depth to everything. So it's like they're sitting in the branches. But take a look at that. See a little bit of definition that I added in with the zig there. But let me go through and go ahead and see, I just marked on myself. That's typical me. I'm not going to outline this one or this one. I do want to come in with this one and outline him. And like I said, I'm not going to make them perfect continuous lines necessarily every time. Giving a little bit of character to this. Okay. I definitely want to go on with this fellow here. I might go a little bit more detailed with him because he does seem to be, he just gives the impression of being a larger bird. There's a little bit more detail in the lines and everything and what's colored for him. So definitely want to give him a little bit more detail. We're going to go ahead with this one. I'm not going to do anything with him because he is very, very busy. This fella up here, I'm going to give him an intense glitter treatment. This fella here definitely. And this one, you can't really see it probably on camera, but it looks like he's lifting his side wing here, so I want to make sure that's defined separately from the rest of his body there. And I may come back in at some point with some greens to enhance the leaves on the tree. Not 100% sure there yet. Let's see, I want to go ahead and give a broader stroke to the bottom side of that wing. I wasn't going to do this fellow, but I think I am because he has such a prominent beak there, and I want to draw a little bit of attention to it. His tail feathers have been ruffled, obviously. Okay. Let's come down here to this grayish one. And he comes off the edge of the canvas here, so I am going to follow it down. And he's got a prominent throat beard here with his feathers, and so I'm going to enhance those. You can't really see, he's got an itty bitty beak. It's not much of a beak, but it's there. This fellow here, we're going to ignore him. We're not going to focus on you. You are the one we are going to do something with, so I want to go ahead and make sure he is outlined really well. I hope everybody's weather has been pleasant. Ours, we did get the storm Thursday night. Then it was just kind of overcast yesterday with off and on sprinkles throughout the day. So we've been getting some much needed rain. And we did get thunderstorms last night. It stormed pretty good last night. We've gotten, over the course of the 2 nights, probably, I'd say about an inch and a half rain. We need a lot more because we are in an extreme drought here in the Piedmont, North Carolina. We're going to enhance the shoulder of that particular wing. And then we're going to take the smaller one and put a lot of marks in there for the feathers. I am going to go ahead and outline this fellow. He's got some good color to him. He has a long tail. Alright, do I want to do any of the others? I don't think I'm going to do any of the others. I am going to go through and I'm going to outline some of the leaves. I don't want to do these. Let's go ahead and do some of these right here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and give some more reality to this particular branch just by outlining it and giving some of the leaves a little bit more depth and dimension here. Like I said, I'm just freehanding this. I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for altered. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull this one down too. Let's see. Let's go ahead and, with this fellow down here, let's go ahead and do part of his. I don't think we're going to do his entire one. And I am intentionally being light on these lines with him. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way around to his. But I'm not connecting the lines completely. Okay, let's do some of this one. And you don't have to use black, of course. You can always use blue. You know what? I want to try something for just a minute. I'm going to I don't want to do, I think I just want to do the leaves here towards in the middle. I want to pull out a black colored pencil and go in. Let's see if I can take an outline with a colored pencil. Now, colored pencil, you'd have to use it too much. Colored pencil will not show up on these canvases. So I'm going to put the skinny zig line on this branch here. And I'm not pushing down a bunch. I'm just doing it lightly. Just to enhance it a little bit more depth to it. Side branch there. I don't want to miss that. And I'm not going to do my pen just kind of followed the canvas bumps because the canvases are by nature bumpy. Okay. Do I want to do any of the others? I think I want to do this long one here. We're going to start here at the bottom, at the kind of about midpoint on this one. We're only going to do the one side. I'm not going to do the other. But we're going to go ahead and follow this branch up a little bit here. And let's take a little bit further up. This one branches off to a set of leaves up here. I wish the leaves were a little bit more defined. But it's almost like if you were to take a photograph of a tree with a bunch of birds through rain. It kind of gives you a blurred image of it. So I'm just wanting to enhance. Okay, at this point, I could go through and I could do more, but I do not want to. I want to see. This is a different style marker I have. This is a Stampin' Up, a Stampin' Right marker. And just like these markers here, there's a broad end and a skinny end. This one is the color Lovely Lilac. This, I do believe, is a retired color. And the skinny end is a 0.5 millimeter, and you have the brush end. I want to take the brush end. I know I said I was going to stay in blues, but I have the opportunity to change my mind a little bit, and I want to take with one of these gray birds, and I want to add a little bit of a brush stroke of purple. Now this fella here, he blends in almost where you don't see him. So we're going to add in some definition on feathers with him. I don't want to do them real dark. Just kind of lightly. And then that's the wing. Let's go breast feathers here. The tuft at the top of his head. And let's follow down to his tail feathers. His flight feathers. And I could use, I have a variety of the Stampin' Right markers from Stampin' Up that are different colors. So if you wanted to do something like this, you could use any color you want to. Okay. I'm setting that one aside and walking away from that one. Okay. I wanted to go ahead and make the one bird yellow. But I think I'm going to change up my mind here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start going in with these alcohol ink markers in the different shades of blues. These are the different blues that I have that I pulled out to possibly use. Pull them up so you guys can get a good look at them. These are the ones that I pulled out. It's different shades of the blue, and they're alcohol ink, so they will spread out a little bit. Just to enhance these birds a little bit. This fellow over here, we're going to start with him. He has got a lot of dark blue in here with him. So I want to go in with a light blue. Do I want to go completely polar opposite blue or kind of, let's go polar opposite blue. We're going to go with this really, really light blue. I don't want to do the brush part. I'm going to do the fine point and see if we can get some extra blue in here to lighten him up a little bit. Well, it doesn't make as much of a difference with the skinny one, so let's try the broader one. Okay, the broad one makes the difference in the areas that are more white or gray. So let's just take and outline this fella and see what that does. I'm just going to kind of grab outlines around it to highlight. Let's call it that. This is the highlighter blue. See what this is. That's okay. That's different. It would have to grow on me, I think. We're just going to go ahead and just fill it all in and see what happens. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think of that. It's different. It's different. I am going to put some feathers using this blue into this fella here. Let's go after his flight feathers here in the back. Now see, because he's gray, that blue shows up a little bit more. This is a wing here. I'm going to go some of the breast feathers. And his tuft. Okay, we're going to leave that one there. I'm not touching him again. This fella here, the blue, this is like a highlighter blue against the rest of this. So I'm just putting that away. I'm not going to touch that again. I need a light blue still. We're going to try this one. And we're going to go in with the skinny point. Okay, yeah, this is probably what I should have used on this fella up here. All right, tail feathers. And see, this one's a more defined wing. So I can do a lot more squiggles for his flight feathers. Now, you could always, if you wanted to try something like this part of altering, you could actually buy feathers, snip them up and put them on. You could use yarn if you wanted to give it a three-dimensional effect. I'm going to bring some down on his belly down here too. Get that curve. Because he just settled in from flight on this one. He's still getting settled. Just get a little bit of definition under his beak there. I see I like this particular blue on that one. Let's go give him a little bit more of a shoulder here on that wing. I think I want to do the same thing with this fella, but I only want to do the wing and the tail. And with his wing, we're going to go a little bit longer than the tail feathers. Because we don't want to make him all the same. Let's go ahead and give him some feathers on the breast area there. Okay, this fella right down here we're putting this away. I'm not touching that one anymore. This one right down here needs some blue. It really needs some blue, but I don't want to go with a deep blue. I think I want to go with a denim blue. To me, that's what that looks like. So let's go. This is the one that's off the canvas. So tail feathers. Let's define the wing on this side a little bit better. Means we need to bring it in this way. Oh, now, okay. I'll have to bring you guys in close. Defining this particular wing, I like that. And some chest feathers. Okay, if you take a look at that one, see how I defined the wing on that one? I like that. I like that. Let's see. I do not want to outline him, but let's define this wing here. We're going to go to the outside below his neck. We're going to try to create some motion by making sure it's not completely straight. And tail feather. I'm not going to do the chest on his. Okay, and it's bringing it out a little bit. This fella, I think he's going to be my bird of choice. He was, but I think we're going to make him the bird of choice here in a few minutes. He's going to be the one getting a really good treatment. This fellow here, we're going to leave. I want to do something with him. He's going to get a good glitter treatment. let's go ahead. We're going to come back to him. You're a placeholder. Let's go ahead and we're going to glitter this fellow up. Now, when I say glitter, I have some pens that are called Wink of Stella glitter brushes. And what they are is they have ink of different colors in here. And when you open it up, it's a brush. And that colored brush has got a lot of glitter in it. Now this one is a violet, so it's a purple. Now this one we did the violet in with it. Sometimes you have to shake them again. We're going to go ahead and, since we did violet on this one, we're going to take this violet glitter and we're just going to cover it. It's going to add some more color to it, but it's also going to give it glitter. And I'm actually going to do this whole bird with that. Why not? Why not? Purple is my favorite color. And with what we did earlier, it's making those spots a little bit darker. But I'm going to go over through the whole bird. I'm going to, hopefully you can see the glitter on that. Let's see. Let me get into the right spot for you guys. So hopefully you can see it. I hope you can. When I get done, I'll bring you down and show you everything direct on. But it's giving it extra glitter. I'm going to go ahead and do this and kind of just outline the whole bird with the purple. And go over where I did the Stampin' Right purple earlier. Okay, now it's got that. Okay, we're putting you away. Go away. We're going to go in the rest of the areas here with a clear glitter. So we can just glitter up this whole fella. And what it's going to do, it's going to pull into the purple if I accidentally hit it. And it's going to streak out the purple a little bit. See that? And lightens it up, but it still gives it the glitter effect. Now, if you're doing cards or something and you don't want the possibility of it to smear, you're going to want to take a heat gun in between layers so you can completely dry it. But it still has the possibility of reactivating the color and smearing it, but I actually like what it's doing. That's why I'm continuing on with it. And if you need to, you can always brush off the tip of your pen on paper to get some of that color off of it. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's add some to him, but I also have it in black. Oh, I hope this one is still good. Now these pens do have a push thingy on the side of them. Oh goodness. Okay. There we go. So if you feel that it's running dry, you can always turn it upside down, shake it. Just like nail polish, when you hear the bead, it's mixed up. If you need extra, just push on it, and it should push it down into there. We're going to go in, and we're just going to add some of the black into it. I have to remember this for the butterfly. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and outline him in this one. So his glitter is going to be in the outline of his body and the tuft that's up underneath his chin. That one was a little fat, but that's okay. I like that. Okay. I like that. I like that so much that I think I want to go ahead and do this big branch with this glitter. Go ahead and let it trail off in spots. I mean, that's how much I like that. And like I said, it doesn't have to be, whoop, whoo. It got a load of the color in there, didn't it? Boy, that globbed out big. Well, not for nothing, I am going to leave that. Let's see if I can drag some of it away, because that just came out really quick. Okay, this is a It's a branch that's turning fat all of a sudden. Or it's getting some girth to it. It's getting some weight and some shadow to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're in the studio where creation thrives in chaos. At least in my world, that's what it does. Remember, we did the skinny line with the zig pin on this one earlier, but I do like this. I'm blowing on it because I'm too lazy to grab my heat gun. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and let this one come up a little bit further. And just let it taper off. Just taper off. Okay. I really, really like that. Woo, this, okay. You're going away. You have a drip issue right now. Look at this. Oh, there's a big, and it dripped all over the canvas. First thing I'm going to do, alcohol wipe. See if I can grab a little bit off of it before it dries too much. You're doing something like this, if you can have some alcohol wipes around or a towel with some rubbing alcohol that you can get a hold of real quick. It helps to clear things up really easy before it dries. All right. Anything beyond that, it's going to have to be my alcohol that's in my bottle here and a towel. It's getting all over my hands. Dry. I really wanted to do it with another one, but too much problems. Now, I have the same glitter thing in blue. So I'm going to go ahead and reach up here to this fella and give him the glitter treatment. I'm going to shift this over a little bit so it's a little bit closer to me. And you guys might be able to see a little bit better. We're going for this fella right up here. All right, and I'm not squeezing for extra. I just want to see how much it's got in it right now. And like the one from over here, it's going to wind up with different blues on it because it's a very detailed bird as far as different colors on this one already. So we're just going in and we're just covering the whole thing, basically, is what we're doing. This is not going to be the only glitter that's going on this. This is just a portion. This pen appears to be close to being dried up. I have used my Wink of Stella's quite often, but there is that one. So he's not as glittery as I would like him to be, but that is okay. It is what it is. I don't think I'm going to touch the other birds except for this fellow right here, but I'm going to save that. I knew I said that I wanted to do blues, but I actually want to bring in a little bit of greens to bring in a few leaves. So let me take a look at these guys and see if I can find, oh, look what I just did. Okay, see what I just did? I put that bag right and it just smeared it. Oh well, I'm going to, you know what? Chaos reigns supreme. I want to find, I don't want a deep, deep green, and I don't want super bright. I'm almost tempted to go with this one, but I think I want to go with one that's a kind of a greeny yellow. Let's see what we can make happen. Let's look at the fine point. Let's go with this one up here and see what this one does. Yeah, it turns it kind of yellow, and I'm cool with that. I actually like that particular green. It's a yellow-based green. Let's take one of these. We're just going to put a little bit of veins into it. Put some veins in this one. We're just going to go through and randomly just color a few in. It's all about just altering it, enhancing different spots. Oh, let's see. I need one over here. Because I'm not going to... Because this bird, out of all these birds, this one is pretty cool. Let's see. Let's grab, like I'm just going, a touch of color on these. I'm not coloring them in. I'm just giving the color to it a little bit just to help enhance it. Let's go ahead and do down this one here and this one, because I'm not touching him at all. Well, with my finger I'm touching him, but as far as altering him, I am not. This one's that I did this with, let's go do that. And yep, outside of the lines, and I am okay with that. Art teachers who tell you in kindergarten you must color inside the lines, no, no, no. If a child wishes to color outside the lines, I'm okay with that. You don't know what he's thinking at the moment. Everybody is different in what they do and how they do it. Do not stifle someone's creativity. Remember the famous phrase, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and so is art. I like this. This is different. Is it everybody's cup of tea? Absolutely not. It doesn't have to be. It's not for you. But never be afraid to experiment. Just like playing with your food. Don't be afraid to experiment. How much do I have in this? $4. It's not a big deal. Okay, I want to go through in a few spots. Now, I want to go ahead. I don't want to do too much more with this before the finale. I want to go ahead and play with this fella here. I want to make him yellow. Now, I have the alcohol ink yellows here, and then I also have Spectrum Noir. Spectrum Noir is also an alcohol ink. Now, I want to look at the different colors. This is a muted, muddy yellow, but I want a bright yellow. I see the differences in there. I want to go with the bright yellow. And I think what we're going to do first, I want my zig pen. Where did I put my zig pen? Is it still sitting here? Okay, zig pen. I want to define a few of the feathers like I did. Which one is it? One of the ones that I did with the zig pen on his feathers, and then I covered it back up. We're going to define some of his feathers, tail feathers especially. And I'm not doing straight lines on his. Now his head is turned a little bit. Go his tuft. So his wings are kind of tucked up against his body on this one. Okay. So I'm just doing more ziggies on this one than anything else. I'm zigging with a zig. Pun intended. Okay. I want to try and give his little head a little bit of definition right here where he's got it turned. Because his beak is over here. Now I could go back in and color out the beaks and stuff, but I do not want to do that. Alright. I'm going to try it with the skinny end first and see what that does. Okay, the skinny end. I think the skinny end works. Now, when I go into the areas where I've done the black zig pen, it's muddying it up a little bit. But I'm okay with that. I'm doing it with the skinny for the main part here. And then I'm probably going to do an outline with the broad. So it gives more definition with the color. Oh, I'm almost afraid, but I'm going to do it anyway. Now I'm going to do the outline with this bright yellow with the broad end here. Boy, I almost want to do all of them this way, but I'm not going to. Okay, see, it kind of came into the black of the zig a little bit and is muddying it up a little bit. But I'm okay with that because it's bright yellow down here. I'm going to make these a little bit wider down here. Oh, he's pretty. All right. Okay. Boy, he does, well, on my end, he stands out. I hope he is standing out on your end. Boy, I'm almost tempted I'm almost tempted. I've got my blues, I've got my purple, I've got my yellow. I'm almost tempted to do a cardinal, but cardinals tend to be solitary other than around other cardinals, so I will not. I think I'm going to leave this as it is. I'm happy with it. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glitter spray it. Now, I don't have my surface covered to protect everything, so I have to be careful. This is a glimmer mist. This is Tattered Angels. I've used this for years. I've got a bunch here that my BFF, my sister-in-law, gave me, Melissa from Crafty Max, because she doesn't use them anymore. But if you could, hopefully you could see how it's kind of glittery in there, but you got to shake it really well. And it does have a strong smell, but I'm going to do this over here in this corner, and it will mist the whole thing. This one is, what's the color? Blue Icing. So I'm hoping it's kind of a light blue. And I'm actually going to do the back of this real quick. And it's got the glitter in it. Okay, nope. The blue is not going to make me happy. So we're going to take a look at the other colors I have in this one. Now, which one is that? That's also Blue Icing. Green? No. I need like a silver. Let me look in my stash. Because she recently gave me these to me and I have yet to put them away. Like everything else in my studio I have yet to put away. Let's see. You know what? Good old Tim Holtz to the rescue. You gotta find in all my stuff. Tim Holtz is something I absolutely love, his collection. So I'm gonna use one of his distressing sprays. Yep. This one is Mermaid Lagoon. And Mermaid Lagoon is absolutely a blast to work with. And I think this is going to give me what I need. I haven't used it for a while, so... But yeah, take a look at that. But I'm not going to do such a heavy mist. And I'm not going to do it over the whole thing. Okay, this is going to be an experiment in and of itself. Whoo, I almost want... I wish I had a mesh of some sort. Because I don't want to... You know what? Hold on. Let me grab a towel. Always have microcloths. If you could stand to touch them, microcloths are great for your studio. Okay, I'm going to try this in this corner down here. Move this over a little bit so you guys can see. I am going to keep this away. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, I love it. Okay. This is not everybody's cup of tea. And you don't want to go right up against it or it's going to be thick like on the paper. So it's probably a good foot away. Heat gun would be great. It really would be great, but I'm not digging it out. Okay, whoo. Almost, okay, this, for me right now, on this spot, that's too heavy. I'm going to take my towel. I have a ladybug issue this year. And I'm just going to dip it down in there and lighten it up a little bit. Okay. I'm being very careful. I'm not sure if this is completely dried yet or not. Oh. Okay, that got too dark across that one, so we're going to... I'm just going to go in and dab it out. Oh, too much, too much, too much. But it's given it some interesting dimension and depth. And one of the reasons why I do this is so that you don't go and spend 20 bucks on one to alter and discover you shouldn't have done something because you can't just correct it. But when I first did this, it gave me some splotches over here and I like that. And it's more misted here. Almost like it's a rain coming through and it's heavier here and misting out in the light. Let's see. And this spray that I've been doing from so far away is getting over here already. But I want to go. See the blobs? I love that. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I actually like that. Okay, I'm going to do one from up here. Okay. I'm not doing any more. No more of that one. Oh my gosh, Tim Holtz, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm tempted to dab the blotches, but I like the look it's giving to it. And let me look in here again. I don't know that I have a yellow. Let's see what I have. Let's see, what is this one? Spiced marmalade. I want to stay away from the purple and I want to stay away from the pink. Let me do the spiced marmalade. Let me see how light I can get it to be. This is going to land on here anyway, I'm sure. Really wish I had a yellow. What did I say earlier? I wanted to stay with blues, and now I've got purples, and I've got yellows, and I've thrown green in there. And I think I'm going to throw some spiced marmalade in there. I kind of like that. Now this cover up here doesn't have but just a few flecks. So let's say that they're in a shadowed forest. This is lighter over here, almost like the sun is coming in on that corner. I'm going to go way up high and... Okay. Okay then. And I was over here to the right, and it went here, and there's a few flecks over here, and one way over here. This one I don't like. Out as much as possible. Hey, that works. Oh, let's see. Art is subjective. I kind of like that. Compared to what I've done with the rest of this canvas, this corner up here seems very blasé. There we go. Okay. I want to do over in the side here. And I'm going to take up to the top middle there. And this is why I should have my table covered, because this stuff is getting my table is covered. But I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. That's what it's about. Boy, I wish I had this in yellow. All right, I'm going to, this is spiced, again, this is spiced marmalade. Spiced marmalade. Woo! Oh, boy. I just got it all over my pants when I shook it. And all over the table right there. Okay, no more shaking, Patty. Okay. All right. Looking at this subjectively. Do I? Oh, no, I do not. Put it away. Put it away. And I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and try with another color or not. Oh, I don't have a bunch of those, but I don't want to do any more of the blue or the marmalade. Let's see. I'm almost tempted to come in with the pink, folks. I really, really am. I have two different kinds of pinks. I've got a pickled raspberry and Kitsch Flamingo. Or I have a purple. Now see, and now these, what I've been using is Distress Oxide Spray. But I do have a spray stain. I don't want to. No. Walk away. Walk away, Patty. Walk away. Okay. See, sometimes you just have to hold yourself back. Because sometimes you can't always come back from what you do. So you have to be careful. Grab my alcohol ink here. Okay, let's take a look here. Guys, I actually think I'm going to leave it just like it is. Now, I probably should have done the sides, but I'm not going to. Woo-hoo-hoo. See my table? this. See? Let me grab a different towel. My tape, because I'm going to get it all over my hands and transfer it inside my house. And that would not be a good idea. Let me get some of this alcohol up. This is rubbing alcohol in a bottle. My sister-in-law gave this to me. You fill it up, and when you need it, you just push down on it, and it gives you some. Gives you just right amount. All right. Yeah, I think I like this. I think I'm going to... Although I'm tempted for a little splash of color still. I truly, truly am. I really think it... Wow. See, sometimes you have to talk yourself out of it. Wow. Actually, you know what? I'm leaving it as it is. I'm happy with it. And I think I'm going to leave this. So guys, I'm going to flip you down, bring you back up in front, and show it to you. I'll be back with you in just a minute. Alright guys, let's give you a closer look at this, how this turned out. The camera really isn't doing this a good justice as to what it actually looks like, because it's not picking up the colors correctly. It's different. It would not be to everybody's taste, but this is altered. And of course my purple fellow. But I'm going to stand up. It's different. Don't be afraid to experiment with what you have. And, you know, you got to take a risk sometimes. That's what life is about on occasions. This is, I wish you could see what I see, because I know it doesn't translate well on the camera. But in a day or two, I will do a little short where it's hanging up in the guest bedroom. And I think where it's going to be up against the wall, because of the colors of the wall and the bedspread that's in there, it's going to really pop. And I like it. I mean, I think I could have gone further if I'd had a yellow spray to put on here. It would have been fun, in my opinion. But there are times when I have to hold myself back and not do as much. So, but with that, guys, I'm going to go. And because it's 7:30 at this point, I think, and I want to get this out there to you guys tonight. And as it is, it's an almost 50-minute video as it is. So anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. And I'll try to get back to you guys tomorrow. I haven't decided exactly what I'm doing tomorrow as far as creativity. But it's getting there. I've got, just over, it's got 8 days before I have to launch. I'm not ready. I need to be ready. But guys, until next time, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go find something to eat because I didn't make dinner earlier. So I'm going to leave you as I always do. Remember, love yourself, believe in others, and inspire those around you. And I will catch you next time. Bye.